Dog Tuesday. Thanks for joining in. I hope everybody is staying happy and healthy and sane out there. Um, get out there. Well, it's supposed to be nice the next couple days, so hopefully we'll be able to get out and move around a bit. All right, so today on Coffee Talk Tuesday, I'm going to talk about this surge that we're seeing in social media and how that is going to change the way that you should be marketing. So, I mean, it makes sense, right? Everybody's home, or most people are home, I should say. Thank you for everybody out there keeping us safe. Um, but everyone's home and they're bored, and so what's the easiest thing to do is sit there and scroll through social media. So we are seeing this ginormous surge of people on social media. We know with our clients, some of the ads that we're running, some of the posts we're putting up, we're getting top-notch engagement just because there's so many people on the platform right now. So I'm going to talk, and it's mainly going to be towards like Facebook ads, but it's also going to be able to apply to your organic posts that you're putting on your platform. So at first, this whole time, nobody really knew what was going to happen, and especially when it came to marketing. So a lot of people instantly pulled back on their budgets, how much they were spending, if they were spending, what they were spending, all that fun stuff. So, for us in particular, we didn't really know how it was going to work out. So even so, we kind of held fast and didn't really change too much of what we were doing, but just wanted to see how things were going to play out. So now we're a couple weeks in, and sure enough, we are seeing some of our ads doing, like I said, way better than they had ever had before. So I think if you know how to market and if you can do it successfully, now is not necessarily the time to pull back on your ad spend. Obviously, if you don't have room in your budget for it, don't force it. But now is actually, if you can market effectively, is a really phenomenal time to be on social and to be marketing. So one of the main things why it is has to do with what I just brought up, with a lot of people freaking out and immediately pausing ads, turning off ads, or just pulling back immensely on their ad spend. And if you paid attention to some of the things that we've been talking about over the kind of prior to all this happening, I was saying how Facebook and Instagram were getting fairly saturated when it came to ads. So you really had to, have something eye-catching. So now that people are kind of pulling back on this money and pulling back on their placements, you are seeing more inventory available. So there's more ad space available for you to slip into. And especially when it comes to like those niche markets, or, kind of those smaller markets. So if you are somebody who is just targeting, Riverhead, let's say, now is a really great time to get in there, because a lot of your competitors, and I don't say competitors in a sense of like, we do social media marketing, you do social media marketing. I say it in the sense of people who are competing for those spots in front of your target market, because there's limited availability to get in front of the people you want to get in front of. So now we are seeing those spots not only become cheaper, but become more available. So if you can, of course, now is a really great time to be on social, because you're going to get in front of so many more people's faces. Your cost per clicks have been going down. All of our results have been showing phenomenal numbers, lower than normal, which is always great. So what you want to do when it comes to your Facebook ads, and even with your organic posts that you're putting up, your stories, whatever it is, take a look back. And I know, shocking, we're talking about analytics on Coffee Talk Tuesday, but take a look back at some of your previous ads that you've run, and pick out the ads that did the best. And what you want to do is slight, tiny little tweaks to them, to kind of adapt to obviously the present time. So if you are a photographer, let's say, if you're a photographer, don't say, something about taking your camera on vacation. But you can talk about learning how to use your camera or learning how to edit or things like that while you're at home. So just doing little slight tweaks to the ads that you already have that have been working really well for you are going to be phenomenal. But don't go straight into the scare tactic. And this is kind of where I've seen a bunch of things that aren't really that great, where they're going, oh, are you stuck in quarantine? Are you stuck at home because of the coronavirus? Everybody knows what's going on. So if you give the slightest hint towards, the present state of people, they're going to understand what you're talking about. And quite frankly, I don't know about you guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but I am over hearing about coronavirus all the time. Obviously I'd like to get my updates and stay on top of the news. But it is such a forefront on everyone's mind that you kind of almost want to steer away from it. So don't go straight for the shock value where it's like, oh my God, we're stuck. And so just, stuck at home, read this audio or listen to this audiobook, read this book, download my 5 steps on how to do whatever. Look into this so you can start to drive traffic to different places by just using those kind of slight tweaks of the ads that are already running really well for you. People are in fact stuck at home. So it's a great time for somebody to learn something, read a new book, dive into something that, maybe they were inquisitive about but never really had the time. Basically think about your own secondary to-do list of the things that you always want to get to, but you feel like you never have time. Well, now you have the time. So let's say if you wanted to learn about marketing or how different types of marketing can be applied to your business or how you can use it within your business to get more clients, now would be a great time to reach out to your local digital marketing company and set something up so you can learn. So this way, when things get back to normal, and they will get back to normal, you'll have that knowledge and you'll, have done something productive in this time. So don't necessarily push to exploit the virus. There are certain times where it's appropriate to use a little bit of the shock value. Excuse me, but don't exploit the virus, and especially not in your ads, because Facebook is now starting to flag certain vocabularies, certain wording. So if you have your ads and they get flagged, it's going to be a really hard time to get that appeal going, mainly because you also have to think they're a large company too. So most, if not all of their employees are also working remotely. And so Facebook is relying very heavily on AI at this point. A lot of the things that they just go through and they double check your ads. So if your ad gets flagged, it is going to be very difficult to get an appeal, mainly because they just don't have the manpower to push all that through. And they are really relying heavily on, AI. So try to steer clear from saying coronavirus and are you stuck in quarantine, and just use light little touches that hint to it, that kind of put people in the place where you can touch on their pain points. And I know Michelle talked last week on Coffee Talk Tuesday about emotion marketing, which right now it's, a very difficult time to navigate that. And people are feeling lots of emotions. So knowing how to touch on them, but not push on them, finding those pain points and being able to relay them in a way that doesn't oversell it, overdo it. And that's the other thing. You guys shouldn't be like, sell right now, because people will immediately get turned off by that. So make sure that you're staying informative to people. You're also offering different deals, things along that line. So don't exploit the virus, otherwise you will get flagged from Facebook, and you're probably not going to get your appeal when it goes through. So you can use, at a time like this or stuck at home. If you do have a message that kind of warrants a little bit more of a heavier text, you could say in these uncertain times, or, everybody's using unprecedented times. But use certain things like that are a little bit lighter, because like I said, you don't need to point out the obvious. We all know what's going on, and we're aware, and we all kind of feel those similar emotions about it. And the other thing that I wanted to say is a lot of people are like, well, I have a brick and mortar and my business can't do business right now because of everything that's going on. And the way that I want to say, that, so I can't market, basically, is where I was going with that. And that's not entirely true, because just because your business cannot actively do what you normally do. Good morning, Isan, Maine, one of our favorite North Fork restaurants. So even though your business can't conduct business as usual, there might be ways that you can break down within your business to offer to keep things above ground, to keep things floating, and you could push that. There's also your brand awareness that you can do right now. Like I said, there's loads of people on social media right now. Our numbers are just through the roof, even for the people who have those smaller budgets. Absolutely through the roof. So think about what it is within your business that you could break down, where if you can offer something now, whether it's a delivery or if you can take something within your business and maybe make it downloadable, start doing online question and answers. If you're a real estate agent, you can walk around with your phone, do Facebook Lives, Instagram Lives. Lawyers, financial advisors, all you guys should be getting on social media right now and talking about everything that you know and what you can do, and offering people to have those Zoom calls or anything that so you're not losing that face-to-face touch, but you're still conducting business. So there are loads of different ways that you can continue on throughout everything that's going on right now to make sure that you are keeping your business afloat, that you're marketing effectively, and that is some of them. Let me take a sip. So stay tuned, guys. We are actually going to be putting together a package, maybe some giveaways. We're kind of trying to iron everything out now because we do care about all of you guys out there, all of the people that support us. We want to support you, our local community. So we'll be putting stuff together to offer you guys, where we will, it's basically like coaching sessions throughout this time that we'll be giving to small businesses, people who run businesses, whether you're in the marketing department or it is your business. And we are going to be offering these to you guys, some for free, some for a very discounted price, to make sure that you're sticking through this tough time. We're all in this together. And we want to make sure that you guys are able to market effectively during this time, and you don't just have to wait for every Tuesday to learn how. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in to Coffee Talk Tuesday with your favorite East End, Long Island digital marketing group, agency, whatever you want to call us. Background on video is essential. Yeah. So once again, guys, thanks again for tuning in. Shoot us, DM us any questions. We're here to help you through this and to help navigate throughout this time, and keep an eye out for those packages and giveaways and all that fun stuff that we're going to come up with, just ironing out the last bit of detail of how we're going to work it. But we really look forward to helping you guys out. And if there's any questions at all, ever, DM us, email us, call us. Unfortunately, you can't stop by the office anymore, but I can't wait for the day that you can. All right, thanks so much, guys. Have a great week. Stay sane. And if you guys are out and about, let's say walking around or just in isolation, maybe in your backyard, tag us in the stuff that you're doing to stay sane at home, because I would love to see it, and I'd like to get this up and running, because I need some ideas as well. All right, guys, thanks so much. Have a great week. Bye.